Joe Langston began his broadcasting career in radio as a teenager attending the University of Alabama. In 1963, he was hired as the first reporter anchor at WBRC Channel 6. It was the beginning of local TV news as we know it. I talked to Joe about it a number of years ago.
There was one small room with a teletype machine and a desk and an editing position. Yeah, that was the news department.
Back in those days, broadcasters did a little bit of everything. Joe hosted a kid's birthday party show and made frequent appearances on the Tom York Morning Show. But he was always a newsman. Joe first anchored the news with Harry Mabry. If you've got a minute, we've got the news. A few years later, he became news director and led 2 decades of award-winning broadcast at WBRC. Flanked by Herb Winches and Pat Gray, they were the top. Joe was responsible for hiring Al Bell, the first black reporter in Birmingham, in 1967. Back when I came to Channel 6 in 1980, I was so proud to be working in Joe Langston's newsroom. I had grown up watching him, and to me and all other Birmingham viewers, he was the epitome of a news anchor. He was the Walter Cronkite of Birmingham. But back when he began, he really didn't have a model for a local news anchor. He's one of the guys who helped develop that whole idea with all of his journalistic integrity and his fairness. And on top of it all, he was just a great guy with a fantastic sense of humor. My former co-anchor, Scott Richards, is out of town, but he shared his thoughts by phone.
First of all, Joe was a solid newsman. He had very strong values, good judgment. Second, and what a lot of people didn't really know about Joe, was he had a great sense of humor. It was so dry and so subtle that his joke could go right past you sometimes, and then it would hit you about 3 minutes later. Oh, that was really funny.
Joe was serious about news, but as head of the Channel 6 family in the 70s and 80s, he built the foundation we stand on today. When Joe retired from WBRC in 1987, he began a second career teaching broadcast communications at Jacksonville State University, where he retired in 1998. Through his students and through all of us here at Fox 6 News, Joe Langston's legacy lives on, strong and proud.